Violence has erupted in Beirut after the funeral of a top Lebanese intelligence official who was assassinated in a car bombing last week. Brigadier General Wissam al-Hassan was one of the people killed in the attack. Soldiers carried his coffin draped in the Lebanese flag as crowds of mourners gathered along the roadside. After the funeral, mourners marched on the government headquarters and demanded the Prime Minister resign. They blamed the car bombing on Syria and they considered the government in Beirut to be too close to thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. The regime of Bashar al-Assad. Middle East correspondent Matt Brown is in Beirut. Matt, good morning. Did this reaction take people by surprise? Matt Brown, a little, Tony. I thought it was the kind of thing that might happen if there was a big protest planned for later in the week. But this sort of action isn't unusual in Lebanese history. Right now I've been checking the streets in inner Beirut and it is quiet, but there are soldiers at key intersections around the city. They thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Have got assault rifles. They are backed by armored personnel carriers, Humvees. They are manning checkpoints and asking some people for their identification. And there is rubbish strewn across some of these streets that's ready to be set alight to form a sort of barricade. In a way that's a bit crude metaphor for the whole city and the whole country, Tony. When those protesters tried to reach the government headquarters, the Grand Syria, they were repelled by riot police who fired shots in the air and used tear gas, and they thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. We're wielding batons at some point. And here is a little of what those protesters had to say. Protesters, people have had enough of the situation here, and simply some partners in this country are approving of this and we are against this. Protester 2, when you see all the people here, they are coming to say that we have had enough. We need a new government to ensure the security of the people. And that's how it's going to stop, because the martyr that died, thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. 2 days ago, he was the one ensuring all the security in Lebanon, and he was the main asset that was helping the Lebanese people to fight off all the terrorist acts happening. And now that he's dead, I really don't know what's going to happen. Tony Astle, some of the protesters on Beirut streets there. Matt Brown is our Middle East correspondent who's in Beirut. Matt, is it just the reaction to the bombing and killing of General Wissam or something much deeper? Matt Brown, it is much. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Deeper, and that's what's worrying about this. We've seen the conflict in Syria spill over into Lebanon before earlier this year. There have been clashes in the northern city of Tripoli where Sunni Muslims who are against Bashar al-Assad and allies who of the same sect and support him have clashed in Lebanon. But this is much more worrying because at the moment the political parties who are allied to Syria and Iran are running the government, and the opposition is close to the Saudis and Western nations. So that's the basic divide. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. And the killing of the intelligence chief Wissam al-Hassan goes right to that very issue. He led an investigation of a pro-Syrian politician who was allegedly caught with explosives and who was featured allegedly in video plotting a terror campaign against Sunnis and critics of the Syrian regime. So what was occasional, small sectarian clashes that had claimed lives along the fault lines of the Syrian civil war is now becoming a major issue of terrorism in the capital along the very large political fault lines that divide Lebanon.